This is an annual march that happens every year between April and May each year because it is to commemorate the Salt March in India, the famous Salt March. But it is also a commemoration of our Freedom Charter and the Congress of the People, where the Freedom Charter was actually written on. So that's why we have Gandhiji and Lutuli's pictures on our T-shirts and all our other posters and so on. Today, this year's march is about celebrating the 100 years of Mandela and Albertina Sisulu, and we are particularly commemorating this because of the message that they gave of peace and non-violence and of a common society, a South African society, which we are still in the process of building. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and therefore marches like this, events like this are important in the process of building nationhood in South Africa.
Yeah, no, it was my first time coming to Durban for the Gandhi Salt March, and yeah, everything looks good. So yeah, all for the non-violence and
Peace.
yeah, and peace. Yeah.
I'm an ardent follower of Gandhi and truth and whatever he stands for. And I really appreciate what you all are doing.
Well, today we're expecting a much bigger crowd. We're slowly starting to increase our numbers. Being the day it is, we're looking forward to a crowd in excess of 1,000, which will beat us on the last year's one. We're always trying to increase the number of people that believe in peace and non-violence. And we'd like to see more people join our cause, as well as the other causes, but it's often that they go for the commercialized ones and they forget the one where we really want peace. So we should, I think, come together and get together and at least spend our morning promoting something that we all desire.
No, I'm a great follower of Mahatma Gandhi, and whatever the occasions is, wherever I can assist, I follow his teachings.
It's the first time I came here, but I'm happy for the first time to come and walk.
Okay, I'm taking part on this march because I believe in peace.
I think it's lovely. It's here to commemorate Mahatma Gandhi and always to remember him as a freedom fighter and his struggle, and it's here for his support and not forgetting our history and our roots.
It's a celebration of a legacy of peace and non-violence.
Well, this is my second trip to Durban for the Salt Walk. It's really a great experience. And I think this also helps in the remembrance of Gandhi and his contributions, not only to the Indians in South Africa, but what he did for the Indians in India, the country of India, and how it has propelled everyone worldwide to be concerned about the issues of oppression and treating their fellow man in a better way.
Well, it means a lot. I mean, it's nice to support the legacy of Gandhi, and I'm a regular walker, and it's just lovely to support them.
This is my 8th walk, and generally we are doing this walk for non-violence, for peace, and I think the most important thing today, I am doing it for child abuse and women abuse also, which is a very big concern in our country, and not just our country, it's throughout the world. So I think we should pass this message that women and children should not be abused.
Okay, this is my 14th year. I started in 2004, and it's inspired me because of my, the spirit of Mahatma Gandhi, non-violence, and that's what I support: peace and non-violence. And I will continue as long as my legs can carry me, and I will do it.
Oh, I think this is an amazing way to continue the legacy started by Mahatma Gandhi, the notion of peaceful resistance, but at the same time encouraging people to empower themselves to voice their concerns so that we know when trouble is awry, things are not hopeless. If we gather together, we work together, we march together, we can make a difference.
Okay, hey, this walk means a lot to me. It's about peace, it's about meeting people. We used to walk this walk when we were still young, from Inanda coming here all the way. It's for peace. Gandhi was the people of all people, and King Albert Lutuli also. It's nice to meet other people, and it's nice to represent these two guys. Thank you.
It's a very important milestone. First of all, being associated with the Gandhi Salt March itself gives me goosebumps. This all started with the Dandi March that was done by Mahatma Gandhi, and for us coming from India, from the capital of India, New Delhi, it is like associating directly with the father of the nation. All the best to the Salt March.
Oh, it means everything to be here today. I wouldn't want to be anyplace else. I want to be right here, participating, giving back, sharing.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the greatest walks we ever enjoy, man. It's a heritage walk, so we give it our paramount best.
March means very much to us. It's about non-violence, and this is what South Africa needs at the moment. As you can see that we need peaceful marches, not protests.
This march means peace, and we don't need like violence and everything here. And it's a very nice march to have the Salt March.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You see, Mahatma Gandhi was the man who was fighting for peace and non-violence in South Africa. So when I heard about this, I thought, no, I can't miss the opportunity to participate in a walk named after this icon.
It means a tremendous amount to me, and it's the first time I've been. I was brought up, my father was a pacifist. I was brought up hearing about Gandhi day after day after day. And little did I ever think that I would be living so close to where he lived, or being on a march like this. It's really, really wonderful.
It means working towards peace, humanity, being together, and recognizing that we're South Africans.
It means a lot because, we were brought up in England, knowing all about Gandhi and everything, and all the peace marches and everything at school, those kind of things. So it means a lot to us. And
I have positive in about 5 walks. I really enjoy it. It's Salt March, it's peace for peace. It's good actually.
It means non-violence, means peace, means Ubuntu. People must come together, must live in harmony and peace, like Mr. Mandela, Gandhi, and Lutuli enshrined it in our constitution.
I did 14 walks and 1 walk from Joburg to Durban. This is what I'm striving for because of our Indian people. We got no love, we don't show care. We see our people lying in the streets. We don't do anything. But so now that's why I took the initiative to do all these walks.
At the annual Salt March. Today we're really looking at Ubuntu, nation building, and non-violence.
This walk for me is just to be with my family and to walk with other people who are here for the peace and non-violence.
This is my 8th year of the Gandhi Salt March. We are a huge family here and power and strength, and it's a nice thing to do.
So everybody, tell me, why are you here today? What do you believe in?
Peace and non-violence.
To unify with all the people of Durban for peace, to walk in peace, Ubuntu and non-violence.
It is only appropriate that we commence with prayer as we usually do, and I will ask the chairperson of the Gandhi Development Trust, Paddy Kearney, to lead us in prayer. I also want to acknowledge and congratulate Paddy on this occasion. He has been a recipient of an award from Pope St. Francis in contribution for his struggle, for his help in the struggle in South Africa. We want to say congratulations to Paddy. Well done, well-deserved award, and we are proud to be associated with you. Paddy, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. Let us pray. God of all peoples, races, and nations, God of all religions and beliefs, we give thanks to you for all those who have gathered here today to take part in the 14th Gandhi Salt March. We celebrate this year the 100th birthdays of two great South Africans, Nelson Mandela and Albertina Sisulu, two outstanding examples of Ubuntu and social cohesion. We also acknowledge the great sacrifices made by many women as wives, mothers, daughters, sisters, and leaders like Winnie Mandela, who haven't received sufficient recognition. Help us to make our march today a powerful demonstration of our commitment to a non-violent lifestyle. Non-violence in our homes and families, and in our personal relationships, especially with women and children. Non-violence in our schools, universities, and workplaces, and in the way we treat the environment. Non-violence in political life, and especially in the elections to take place next year, and in preparation for those elections. As we march, we pray that we will be inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, the great model of non-violent action for justice, whose 150th birthday will be on the 2nd of October 2019. Amen.
Please do the national anthem. Thank you, Paddy. We got used to your prayer. Each year you write a new prayer, new messages of hope, and I trust that we will take that message with us. To all our dignitaries, the mayor of our city, and all other dignitaries, all protocols observed, I am going to ask Ms. Ella Gandhi to officially welcome and also address you on the purpose of this event.
Thank you, Program Director. I'm just going to... This is, as Paddy has already said, 14th March, and we are celebrating the birth anniversaries of two very great people. But this year, we also want to say that we are so blessed in South Africa with great leaders leaders like Zola Square, who have left us now, leaders like Chris Hani, and so many other people that, we have to really cherish the memory of these people and what they have contributed to the struggle in South Africa. I would just talk about one thing that they have all contributed towards, and that is a society where we all consider each other as friends, as neighbors, as human beings, and not people who belong to different race groups, who belong to different religions, who belong to different genders. All those differences should be set aside, and we all should be a common global humanity. And that is the day we can achieve that kind of society. We can say that all our leaders, the famous leaders of this country, and we have so many of them, that their souls will rest in peace. If we can achieve a community that can respect each other. So today, our march is dedicated to developing that commonness amongst all of us. Here we are gathered as women, as children, as men and women, as different religious groups, different race groups, and every sector of our society is present here today. Let us develop that common humanity in order to go forward as a winning nation, as a truly developed nation, as a nation who can show to the world that we can live together in peace and harmony. So let us see how we can develop that. We know that we haven't gotten there. We have got freedom, but we know every day we read about violence, we read about racial tensions, we read about all the things that are happening in our society daily. And the only way we can get rid of that is if all of us get together and if all of us make that commitment to building this non-racial society. So that is the purpose of this march, and I welcome you today to this march. Think about it as we walk, and let's develop that common spirit. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very profound message indeed. And with that message, I want to also extend to all of you a little challenge that next year we increase the number of people that really want peace. So each one of us bring a few along with us so that we can increase this number. I think that message should allow us to do that and look forward to the march next year. So I'm throwing that challenge open to you. And with those words, it is now my pleasure to call upon Dr. Vikram, the Consul General of India. The Consul General's office has always been involved with the march and the Gandhi Development Trust, and it is our pleasure once again to have Dr. Vikram in our midst.
Honorable MEC, Sazika Lala, Mrs. Leela Gandhi, Honorable Mayor, Honorable Deputy Mayor, Consul General of US, and all the friends. A very good morning to all of you. And on the behalf of Consul General of India, Durban, and Government of India, I extend my best wishes for this Salt March today. And Salt March, historically, it's something in India that we had a very long freedom struggle. And there were phases in which this struggle was fought. And when the Salt March happened, it was beginning of something which became a mass movement of civil disobedience, where people said that you cannot take away our basic right. Making salt was a basic right which people used to go to the seaside and used to make it for themselves. Government decided to tax it, which was very difficult for poor people. So Gandhiji decided to walk to the sea and make salt himself. So to set that example and break that law. So that thing started a series of events in India, and today we have gathered here to remind ourselves and to the youngsters who are among us that freedom and equality anywhere is very hard fought thing. You have to fight very hard for it. So you must preserve it and you must cherish it. And also, I will not take long, but this year is also 125th anniversary of the day when Gandhiji was evicted from a first-class compartment on Pietermaritzburg station due to his skin color. So this year, we are going to commemorate it in a bigger way, for which we are having function on Pietermaritzburg station on 7th, for which a group is coming from India to enact the entire train journey. Foreign Minister of India will also be there, and there will be series of programs there on that day. So it's an open program, and all of you who are here, I would like you to invite you on 7th morning in Pietermaritzburg for the program. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, once again for your message of support and your advice. It is now my pleasure to call upon the Mayor, Her Worship, Councillor Mr. Khandila Gumeda, the Mayor of our lovely city, to welcome you and chat to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Program Director. The Honorable MEC for Economic Development, Environment Affairs, Mr. Sihle Zikalala, Mrs. Ila Gandhi, and all your fellow trustees, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sanbonani. Sanbonani.
Sanbonani.
I just want to welcome you and also appreciate for coming to participate in this annual Salt March 2018. Today we are all here to participate in an event that enables us to make a commitment to non-violence, transformation, nation building, and Ubuntu in our society at large. Today we are all participating in this Salt March in the month that we will be celebrating our freedom, mourning the death of one of our stalwarts, Mrs. Winnie Madikizela Mandela, and also the one that Mrs. Ila Gandhi spoke about, who was standing in the principles of Batu Peel. We will also be commemorating the centenary of Mr. Nelson Mandela. We are also commemorating the life and contribution of Ma'am Albertina Sisulu. I'm sure that while we walk today on this important day of the annual Salt March, we will reflect on how we can all build on the vision and values of Madiba, Ma'am Winnie Mandela, Ma'am Albertina Sisulu, Inkosi Albert Ntuli, and of course, one of our own, Mahatma Gandhi, that he stood for. In defining democracy, Mahatma Gandhi said, I quote, "Democracy must in essence mean the arts and science of mobilizing the entire physical, economic, and spiritual resources of all the various sections of the people in the service of the common good for all." I close quotes. Clearly, it is a call to responsibility. We as people need to take responsibility and begin to make a difference, and of course we can. The Salt March is a reminder to the people that we have an alternative violence and conflict. It is a call to halt the violence and conflict in our society and across the world. Now is the time to build unity, work together to tackle poverty, unemployment, and inequality in our society at large. Our alternative is non-violence, the spirit of Ubuntu, transformation, and inclusion that benefits all. This is our philosophy, and if we're to live according to these values, we will all be working together to build a beautiful South Africa, and Africa and the world of which we can all be proud, and we will be leaving a powerful legacy, not only for the world, but also for the future generations. It is important for us to leave that legacy for our generations to come. With those few words, I just want to say to you, enjoy the match. I'm looking forward that next year we are gonna be 5,000. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Here we have it. Our mayor has given us the support and has asked you to bring that number to 5,000. So let's see if we can make that challenge come true and have a bigger walk next year. It is my pleasure to call upon the MEC for Economic Development, who also represents the Premier's office, Sister Zikalala, to address you.
Long live the spirits of Gandhi, long live. Long live the spirits of Mandela, long live. Long live the spirits of Albertina Sisulu, long live. Thank you. The Mayor, Her Excellency Councillor Zandile Gumede, the Deputy Mayor Fozia Pie, Mama Ila Gandhi, the Chairperson of the Trust, who have rendered the prayer this morning, fellow comrades and all, we join you today as we appreciate the struggle that was waged by Comrade Gandhi. He is one of those who managed to lift the flag of the struggle against apartheid and colonial system. He worked with the likes of Chief Albert Luthuli in ensuring that we portray the peaceful actions against the very oppressing regime. Whilst we take that, whilst we march today, we must understand that their legacy must live in us. That legacy must find expression through us fighting against crime in our areas. Crime and substance abuse. We must fight crime and substance abuse. But also their legacy must find expression in us fighting gender-based violence, including domestic violence in homes. We must encourage our children to go to school and study so that South Africa will be better. Let us all participate in community organizations, spread the evangel of peace, spread activism for democracy, fair and development. City, long live the spirits of Gandhi, long live. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is now my pleasure to call upon Dr. Berry, who is the CEO of the National Association of African American Studies and has become a regular supporter of the Gandhi Salt March. It is my pleasure to ask him to address you for a few minutes.
Good morning. I'm Lemuel Berry Jr., the Executive Director of the National Association of African American Studies and Affiliates. We're quite a unique organization. We're the only multicultural research organization in the continental United States, where we host the National Association of Native American Studies, International Association of Asian Studies, and the National Association of Hispanic and Latino Studies. Almost 2 years ago, on August 16th, I had the opportunity to meet Mrs. Gandhi, and now I call her my boss. For the last 2 years, as we move into August 16, 2019, our organization has been on a journey to make the Phoenix Settlement recognized as a World Heritage Site. We're closing in on that, and we're going to ask everyone to participate. There'll be time over the next year, actually 6 months to a year, where we'll be engaged with members of the community. We'll be involving government officials and as many individuals as possible in the support of reaching this goal. I anticipate, as I've said to my colleagues, that by mid-January we'll be submitting the nomination document to UNESCO, the World Heritage Site, for a strong consideration that the Phoenix Settlement become a World Heritage Site. So we are working very hard. Also, on behalf of the organization, I want to thank everyone for inviting me here. This is actually my second Salt Walk. This year I promised myself I was going to pay attention, because last year I started at the front and I finished at the end. So I'm gonna keep the pace up this year. Also, before I close, I would like to introduce two of my colleagues who came from the United States with me, Dr. Laverne Gentry and Dr. Hayes. I'm having a senior moment. I looked at her, I couldn't remember her name. Dr. Monica Hayes. So again, thank you for having us here. We are deeply appreciative and look forward to not only participating in this Salt Walk, but Salt Walks in the future. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you very much. Before we commence with the march, one final speaker, Mr. Harish Goyal of ZTV. ZTV has been a major partner and a major sponsor in our event, and we want to thank them most sincerely for their contributions and their efforts. And it is now my pleasure to ask Mr. Goyal to address you.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony. He just told me that since I am the last speaker, my job is also to start warming you up. So a very, very warm good morning to you. Good morning. I'm on behalf of ZTV, I'd like to compliment Ilaji, all the dignitaries, and each one of you. So let's actually clap and thank each one of you for coming over here. Having come from New Delhi, the capital of India, to participate in Mahatma Gandhi Salt March itself gives me goosebumps. So I'll not stand between the walk and let's start the program now and back to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we are now going to get ready to light the torch, and I invite Ella Gandhi and the team to get ready to light the torch. While they're getting ready for it, just a reminder, when we get ready for the march, it is a march for peace and non-violence. So let us promote that spirit throughout the walk and not deviate away from the walk. Let us complete the walk at the end and then disperse. Okay, we will now commence with the lighting of the torch. Here we go, the torch is now being lit. Okay, we are almost ready to commence. Just to remind you that at the end of the event, when you arrive back, don't collect your medals and leave. There is a magic show that is on site, and you'll be entertained with some little bit of magic and some fun. There's also a tent, the Gandhi Development Trust tent, with material and literature that you can get from the tent. Also some stuff that you can buy. So just remember that. Now, before we commence, we're all going to get ourselves in perfect order, because we are now going to start the march. But before we commence marching, we are going to observe silence, and the national anthem is going to be played by the SAP KZN band. We are going to have them lead us with the national anthem. So let's get ready to observe the national anthem. Thank you. Over to the band.
National salute. Salute.
follow. Let the banner come out in front. There will be no people in front of the banner. The banner will be in front so that it can be visible throughout the march. And then the dignitaries will follow the banner. Let's get the banner out behind the banner. And then you can get all the dignitaries. Let's stop.
Ayos.
Okay, we have arrived. Welcome back. We have done well. You've made very good time. The weather was kind to us. And we want to say thank you to all of you for an excellent march back. We are now ready to close. A reminder, with the closing ceremony, we will then channel you into the chutes where you will collect your medal. We
will channel you into the chutes where you'll collect your medals and refreshments, etc. Please don't leave. We have a tent, the Gandhi Development Trust tent, where you can view lots of things, get some information, etc., as well as the magic show that will be taking place. Okay, we are almost ready to end the ceremony with the lighting of the bowl in front here. Can we get the team of dignitaries that would be lighting the bowl in the front? Okay, we're just waiting for one or two.
Okay,
Stop where you are, okay?
Come, Atila. Okay. Come this way. No, you come sit. No. Watch this camphor here, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, the flames will come up, so just stay a bit back, please.
There will be fire.
Just be careful. There you go.
Thank you. We will move this in a few minutes, in a few seconds, as soon as the photographs have been taken, and then you can start getting into the shoots. Please get into the shoots in an organized fashion. Okay, we can start moving into the shoots. Thank you.
Yeah, it's some kind of coin, it looks like. Funny,
Very much.
Raise your hand. Yep. You stand here. Just come to on the side. That's it. No, it's far from front. Yeah, we got some cups through here.
Well, Salt March, as it is a remembrance of a great march of mankind. It was a march which was taken by Gandhiji back in India as a mark of the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. And till that point, till today, it has always ignited minds, it has always ignited souls to stand and for freedom, for equality, for brotherhood. And my congratulations to Gandhi Development Trust for upholding this tradition here in Durban in South Africa. I hope you keep on holding this march for all time to come. Thank you.